Today we're going to be finding angles given the triangles. Basically, you will be given at least two sides. Now, here is what I need you to look for. You need to check which sides you are given. Are you given the opposite? Are you given the adjacent? Or are you given the hypotenuse? You will only be given two of those sides. And then link the ratio according to the size that you're given. So the ratio that you use will be guided by the sides that are given to you. For instance, if you are given hypotenuse and adjacent, there's only one ratio you can use, and that is cos. If you are given opposite and adjacent and you don't have hypotenuse, there's only one ratio you can use, and that is tan. If you are given the opposite and hypotenuse and you don't have the adjacent, you can't use tan, you can't use cos, but you can only use one ratio, and that is sine. You have an option of, if you have two sides, calculating all the sides and using any ratio that you want. But to save time, please use the ratio according to the sides that are already given to you. Okay, now for instance, here I am given the hypotenuse, I have theta, I'm also given the adjacent, a side adjacent to theta, but I don't have opposite. So which ratio has adjacent and which ratio has hypotenuse in it? It is cos. So I will simply say cos of theta is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. I do have adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 4 over 8, and that is simply 4 over 8, and that is a half. And for you to find theta, you just have to find arc cos of a half, and arc cos of a half will simply be equal to 60 degrees. I've shown you with a calculator on how to find arc cos. Here I have the adjacent and the opposite. I don't have the hypotenuse, so I can simply use 10. 10 of 2 alpha will be equal to opposite all over adjacent. My opposite is 7, my adjacent is hypotenuse, so 2 alpha will simply be equal to arc 10 of 2 over 7, and arc 10 of 2 over 7 is 15,9, but I'm solving for alpha, I'm not solving for 2 alpha. I will simply divide both sides by 2, and I will simply get 8. Here I have the angle, which is 2x plus 60 degrees. I have the hypotenuse, I have the adjacent to side to that angle. I don't have opposite, so I can only use one ratio, and that ratio is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is just cos. So cos of 2x, that whole angle, that 2x plus 60 is an angle. Okay, now for me to solve for that angle, I will simply find arc cos of 3 over 4, and arc cos of 3 over 4 is simply 41,4. Now for me to solve for 2x, I will simply transpose 60 degrees to the right hand side. It will be minus, so I'll have 41,4 degrees minus 60 degrees. I will get 18,6, and then divide both sides by that 2x, and I will have x is equals to minus 9.3 degrees. Now worksheet 3, this is the work. Here, please note that you're simply solving for alpha, and then you solve for all the sides, okay? Just solve for alpha as a matter of fact for now. Please solve for alpha, all right? Now, please do this one and calculate alpha. And answer the questions. As per the question, calculate the sides of triangle ABD and ABC. Calculate alpha.